My parents destroyed my life. Basically, get a story here of something that's happened, and now this person can't get on with their life because they're destroyed by their parents. Too long didn't read. Life goes on. All right. Here's the thing. The quality of our life is the quality of our thoughts in our head. We experience life in our thoughts, our feelings, emotions, thoughts. What we think, what we focus on is how we feel. All right. So that's why you have people out there, and my goal of this video is to help you, right? You might find me a total dickhead, obnoxious, punchable face, whatever, cool, but I'm here to help you. So remember that. It's not an ego comp. Our attitude determines our altitude in life. Low attitude, low level quality of life. High attitude, quality of our attitude, high quality altitude. It's not what happens to us, it's how we deal with it that counts. It's not what your parents did or didn't do, it's how you deal with it, all right? It's the person you become, all right? We choose the thoughts in our head, all right? Someone can say to me, "Hey, Junrod, you're a dickhead." And I might go, okay, this is an opportunity. I can pull my camera out and make a little video about it, Or I can take it personally. Oh my God, the person called me dickhead. I'm not a dickhead. Like, I've got to fight this person because, his pride and his ego. No. Maybe I did when I was a teenager. But, I can go, wow, I'm so famous because of me uploading videos on my phone around the world that people I don't even know me. And they'll call me a dickhead or call me a champion or whatever. Cool. That's just the price, what comes with fame. I'm grateful. So it's just how we deal with things, isn't it? It's how we perceive things. So the quality of your life isn't your house. It isn't your material shit. It isn't even really your health. I mean, these things are very important, especially your health. But the quality of your life is, the quality of your thoughts. So choose your thoughts wisely. Just before I was trying to catch this pigeon that had string on its foot. And I love catching stringfoot birds and helping them, releasing them. And this stringfoot bird is the alpha bird, the alpha pigeon of the flock. So if that brown bird comes down, the other birds come down. If the brown bird's scared, the other birds are scared. And so this bird doesn't trust me because I've tried to catch it and it's just too fast. So it knows me, and it fears me. I'm trying to help the pigeon, but the pigeon fears me. So I think I was going to buy one of those net guns and then catch it that way because it's really, really elusive. And I'm a very, very experienced pigeon catcher, and this one's just next level. I need a net gun. So anyway, so this pigeon comes down and it flies off, and the other pigeons fly. The other pigeons follow this alpha pigeon who's very, very anxious about me. So the other pigeons feed off the anxiety that this brown pigeon has towards me because I'm trying to help the bird. The bird doesn't understand it because it's a little pigeon brain, and it's scared of me. It's scared of me. I'm trying to help. I'm the only person in the town trying to help this bird, and the bird thinks I'm going to kill it. Okay, so this bird, understandably, has this anxiety towards me, which is understandable but not constructive for the bird. And so the whole flock suffers. So the bird, I'm trying to feed the bird, bring it in to catch it, and the brown bird spooks, the other bird spook. Okay, so the other birds, they suffer because of brown bird's anxiety. All right, are you suffering because of your parents' anxiety? What sort of career you should have, who should hang around, all these things? Nutrition. So many people go, I want to be a vegan, or I want to do what you're doing, Harley, makes sense, and I feel my best, but my parents are worried about my protein consumption. And I'm worried too now. And I'm like, are your parents really fit and fucking, they're the same age as me? Are your parents as fit as me? Oh, no, my parents are obese, or my parents are fatigued. And I'm like, so why would you carry their anxieties around? That's dumb, unless you want to be like them. So we've got to be careful at the anxieties, the belief systems we carry on from our parents, because we look up to our parents as kids. As kids, we're like, I don't know what to do. What's the adult doing? And we copy that. So there's a time in your life, which is great, but there's a time where you start to question things. Is this the right thing for me? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? I always wanted to be a vegetarian, not eating meat, before I knew what vegan meant. But I was like, I don't like killing animals, but we're top of the food chain and we need meat because you need protein. You can't get protein from plants. That was my belief system, because that's what my parents told me. That's what society tells you. And then once I did a bit more homework and started to meet some vegetarians and some vegans, I was like, oh wow, like you can actually do that. Fuck yeah. I always thought I have to get a driver's license because you got to be a man. You want to get a hot girlfriend, you got to have a car. That's bullshit. But that's what I used to think. Now look at me. So, biggest creeper out there. So it's just, you know what I mean? See, we have these belief systems. So your parents did something to you or didn't do something for you, and then you carry this self-worth or blah, 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 or embarrassment. What are you doing? You know? You're now becoming your biggest abuser. All right? Someone can do something to us yesterday, this morning, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, and it happened, and yeah, it wasn't good or whatever. All right? But that was back then. They're gone. They're not. Then there's no harm. They're not going to be able to harm you. Oh, but it's in the I'm psychologically destroyed, Harley. No, you're choosing that, and this is where I lose people. Like, no, fuck you. I've been to therapy, and this is going to. And then it's money, bro. There's economies and industries out there that want to enable you in your bad habits, so you keep coming back to them. Okay. Just like Nike releases all different colorways of the same shoe to keep you hooked in there, and that's cool because it's shoes, and shoes are cool. But be careful about being a victim of the industries that keep you suppressed and enabled, so you keep coming back for more sessions and more drugs and more repeats and more prescriptions, and you know what I mean? Be careful of that, because that's what happens to millions and millions of people out there. Is they get stuck, pushed down, something happens to them. Oh, poor you. They get enabled. You know, they get the sympathy. They get some attention. Oh, well, I'm a professional. Well, I'm a professional victim. I'll get money from this. I can get attention. Well, my needs are getting met. You know, that's a very, very dangerous trap to get into. Then your whole life quality suffers. This goes to shit. It goes to absolute shit. If you know, you know. And so be careful of that. So something happens. Life's going to happen to you. Everything's going to happen. But if you keep replaying that in your head, now you are the biggest abuser. You are the biggest abuser. I could, what's an example? You know, I got bitten by a dog. I got bitten by a dog once, and I was shit scared of dogs. Right? And I'll be like, oh my God, it's a dog. I'm scared of the dog, you know. And now I fucking look after people's dogs, right? So how does that work? I changed my belief system. Instead of all dogs are bad, I got bitten by a dog, can't be around dogs, can't trust them, to like, oh, that dog's angry, I'll step over here, you know? To understanding dogs' behavior. There we go. So then the fear's gone. I might still run away from a certain dog, but I understand what's going on better. But I'm not a victim of my dog attack like I used to be back in the day, okay? I used to live in fear. So it's just a choice, changing the moment. Oh, that's a dog attack. Well, I got this, I got that. Okay, then it becomes a pissing competition, doesn't it, of how victimized and traumatized I've become. But then I guarantee you there's someone out there who's had your situation plus X10 or X100, and then they go, okay, that's in the past, fuck it, let's go. You know, let's move on. Let's carry forward. Wasn't right? Just carry on anyway, because I don't want to keep playing that and thinking about that. But here's the thing, you want to be able to think about anything and go, yeah, that sucked, but I'm moving on now. You know, that person had mental health issues, they had drug problems, they did this to me. I was a victim in that moment, but not anymore, because I don't carry that around with me anymore. That was just like you like sometimes in life you get dog shit on the path and you step in it. Everyone stepped in dog shit. And you're like, oh fucking, what's this stench? You know, what's this stench on my foot? And some people are, well, I'm not going to walk around the city anymore. I'm not going to walk because I might step in dog shit. And we use that as an excuse so we don't have to take any action in life. That's what we do, don't we? We use these past negative experiences as excuses to conserve calories and justify our laziness. Well, I can't do that because I can't ride a bike because it's not safe. Or I got hit one time, or yeah, because you're wearing fully black clothing, or you weren't paying attention, or you're drunk, or you're going too fast conditions, blah blah blah. Own it, you know. Or you just you know, you're freaking, or you're riding. You know, sometimes you're just unlucky. Okay, if you're just unlucky, you're just unlucky. But a lot of the times we bring these events onto us with our behavior, you know, whatever. It doesn't mean what happened is right, but we sort of increase the odds, don't we? Doesn't justify something, but increases the odds. So I should be able to walk down the street, any time in the world, and have no worries. I shouldn't I? All right? It's a basic human right. I shouldn't have to worry, but you do. You know what I mean? As a man, attacks happen. No one's going to save me. Okay? So that's what a lot of people don't understand. No one's here to save you, guys, girls. You got to save yourself. You got to save yourself, because we live here. All right. Some people can help us out. I might be helpful to some people, really helpful. the end of the day, you turn the video off, there you are again. You know, wherever you go, there you are. So we save ourselves by our thoughts. What we focus on is how we feel. What we focus on is how we feel. And that's what I love about this cardio, fitness, etc. You start to learn, okay, you know, my emotional fitness is also incredibly important. Actually, emotional fitness is greater than cardio fitness. Like VO2 max is a predictor of longevity and stuff like that. It's the most accurate predictor of longevity. Your VO2 max is the most accurate predictor of your longevity, your health, your VO2 max. And that's fantastic. But there's plenty of people out there who had a high VO2 max who ended their life because their emotional fitness was not as good. Okay. So we want to build that emotional fitness. We want to do both every day. Okay. Live a lifestyle that supports your VO2 max and live a lifestyle that supports your, you know, your emotional fitness. And the good thing about emotional fitness is you can't overtrain it. You can overtrain your muscles. You can go and run too much and get an Achilles problem. You can ride too much and get saddle sores. But you can't do too much emotional fitness, can you? You can build that emotional muscle so quick, so big, even in just a day. All right. And then you keep, practicing on that stuff, understanding what I think about is what I feel, what I focus on is what I feel. And I can focus on what's right and feel right. And I can focus on what's wrong and feel totally wrong. you know? But what people do is they reach for drugs. Give me some weed, give me some Xanax. And then you fuck it, man. Whenever we take weed or alcohol or Xanax to suppress what we're feeling versus shift what we're looking at, and then that will shift out how we feel, change our state. Okay, when we use drugs to change that state, we fuck ourselves. We make our emotional fitness muscles very, very weak. Okay, so I'm a huge advocate of being sober for many years. No Xannies, no weed, no booze, none of that stuff. Even have a break from caffeine as well, because caffeine really gets the cogs in the brain turning often in the wrong direction, and it can be really hard to steer it out. So if you're having problems with depression, anxiety, no caffeine, man. That shit fuels it, man. That if I could make someone, if I really hated someone, and I don't, but let's hypothetically say I really hated someone, I'll prescribe them caffeine and I'd throw in there like zero sugar stuff. Like I'd give them carb phobia, sugar. Don't have sugar. Sugar's bad. Processed sugar's bad. Don't know sugars. Count calories, limit calories, calories in, calories out. Make sure you count calories in. Make sure you count calories out. Have caffeine and avoid sugar. Yeah. And don't be vegan. That's what I've been telling them to really destroy their mental health. And that's what we're getting told today, fucking everywhere, isn't it? All the influencers out there, the mainstream influencers, Joe Rogan, Andrew Tate, Jamie Oliver, all these people out there promoting all that. Jordan Peterson promoting these drugs, caffeine, Xanax, weed, etc. And these things just really suppress it. Weed, generally, my problem with weed, THC, is it's a gateway drug. All right, it's very rare you find someone who just does weed and then nothing else. Okay, that's my problem with weed. It's a gateway drug. Weed, I find, as a drug in general, pretty chill just on its own. But the problem is it becomes a gateway drug. You just, I'm going to try weed. I'll try a lot of other things. So it's just very, very rare. Actually, I've never ever met it, And I've been around a lot of potheads, and I used to be one myself back in the day. I've never met somebody who just stopped at weed. Okay, and that's the problem. But hypothetically, if you're just on an island and weed was the only drug you had access to, I don't really see a real problem with it. Okay? I don't see a problem with it. Other than if you're a male, weed can make you too lazy. Where you're just like, you're just cruising a bit too much. Weed has a place for sure, but not every day, and not even every week. Okay, but overall, weed, I'm sort of tolerant of it in a degree. But the caffeine, no way. Like if I had a girlfriend, she smoked weed every day, I'd be like, what's she hiding? Why does she want to be stoned every day? Why doesn't she like her sober self? There'd be questions there. Now, if a girl drank caffeine every day, no, that wouldn't work as a girlfriend, because she's just going to be way too up and down. Women are up and down as it is with the ovulation and the menstruation and the follicle stage and luteal phase and stuff like that. So that's just, that variance is natural and normal. But when you throw caffeine in there, it's just, no. It's just, the juice ain't worth the squeeze for me. So your caffeine's a bad one, man. Bad one. So your parents are destroying your life. What next? Forgive them. Don't create conflict. Just like leave it at that, and focus on living your best life by focusing on your mental fitness. Okay, by number one, increasing your fruit and vegetable intake, increasing your sugar intake. Put white sugar on your fruit. Put white sugar on your rice. You know, you just have it's a game changer. You have white rice, sushi rice is my favorite, with water or some oil-free soy milk or whatever. You know, if you're underweight, then have the oil. You know, have the fatty soy milk. If you're overweight, then just use water. Use water, sugar. You know, white sushi rice as much as you care for dinner. Man, you're sleeping so good. The next day you're waking up, your muscle glycogen feels good. It's next level shit, man. Next level shit. You know. So that's the wrap up. It's not what happens to us in life, it's how we deal with it that counts, that really matters. And the quality of your life, the true life quality, and this is evidenced and personified by look at all the celebrities. Look at Justin Bieber, Robin Williams, whoever comes to mind. You know, all these people with crazy cash, crazy clout, crazy, you know, life opportunities, getting a crazy amount of pussy, wherever they go, like girls just running after them, or bros running after them, whatever they're into. Cool. But they're still depressed as fuck, man. Okay? Because they're reaching for drugs and they fear carbohydrate. And then the biochemistry in the brain, your brain biochemistry doesn't care how many millions of dollars or billions of dollars you have or how famous you are. Your brain chemistry is your brain chemistry. Now, certain things can obviously shift our brain chemistry to do better, but eventually the money and the fame, we start to get a bit bored of that. Okay? And then the bad brain chemistry is coming back in from all the Xanax and caffeine and stuff. Not everybody who uses caffeine gets bad mental health, but everybody I know who has bad mental health has a caffeine consumption issue. Okay? So you change your thoughts, you change your cortisol levels, you can sleep better, you increase your carbohydrate intake, you can sleep better. Sugar decreases cortisol. Caffeine increases cortisol. If you're having stress or anxiety, and throwing caffeine just gets your cortisol even higher. Going to bed past 9, 10 p.m. is going to whack out your cortisol levels the next day. You will not be as productive as you would be. You'll find it harder to control your thoughts. Okay? So if you go to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock, well, that's too early. That's boring. That's not the topic of the discussion here. The topic is mental health and fitness. If you want optimum mental health and fitness and VO2 max and motivation, etc., naturally, then you go to bed at 8, 9 o'clock, man, it's going to be a fucking game changer, man. Game changer. All right? If you're a 10K runner, I'm going to say going to bed at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is going to knock it like 30 seconds to a minute off your 10K PR. No, I mean consistently going to bed those hours for a few weeks, few months. That's going to knock a minute to 30 seconds off your 10K PR, all things considered equal. That's insane. That's fucking huge. And I'm talking like 30-minute 10K runners, people in high 29s, low 30s. The difference for people running 40 to 50 minutes for 10K, we're talking 3, 4, 5 minutes difference. That's like almost like EPO, okay? Huge differences. It makes such a difference when you go to bed. Your nerve energy, everything. Life's just easier when you go to bed 8, 9 p.m. But they don't want you to do that. They want you on the phone scrolling, you know? And now that everyone's on the phone, man, I see it like it's fucking crazy, you know? It's good, but it also can be very, very bad. Okay, that's a wrap up, man. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. We'll see you soon.